Well, good day. I'm Dwayne Matz. Welcome to today's Living Word. I'd appreciate your prayers. You can tell that I'm battling kind of a nasty cold, okay? So if you get a chance, lift that up in prayer today. We'd appreciate it. I'm going to look at Hebrews chapter 12, looking at verses 18 through 21 this morning, or today, I should say. For you have not come to the mountain that may be touched and that burned with fire, and to blackness and darkness and tempest, and the sound of a trumpet and the voice of words, so that those who heard it begged that the word should not be spoken to them any more. For they could not endure what was commanded. And if so much as a beast touches the mountain, it shall be stoned or shot with an arrow. And so terrifying was the sight that Moses said, I'm exceedingly afraid and trembling. That's Hebrews 12:18 through 21. And again, remember that this letter was written to those who have tasted of the saving grace of God, but due to the persecution of the followers of the way, they were tempted to revert back to Judaism. As Jews, well, they were circumcised on the eighth day, and they believed they could be saved by their adherence to the law, the commandments of God. Perhaps the modern day equivalent would be the baptized believer who sheds the grace of God and opts for salvation based on his or hers good behavior. You know the type. When asked why God should let them into heaven, their response is typically, well, I've been baptized and I'm basically a good person, so God will let me in. No, for it is by grace you're saved through faith, and that not of yourselves. It is the gift of God, not of works, lest anyone should boast. Read this portion of Hebrews again, and let it chill you to the bone. The mountains represent presence of a holy God, and just touching it resulted in death. The law of God so demanding that those who heard it begged that it shouldn't be spoken to them anymore, because when it's spoken, it cuts to the heart and terrifies men as they realize they cannot stand in the presence of a holy God. Even that righteous man Moses was exceedingly afraid and trembling. There is not a man alive ever, except the God man Jesus, who can endure what God has commanded. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. And the letter of the law kills, but the spirit of grace, the gospel, brings life. 2 Corinthians 3:6b says, for the letter kills, but the spirit gives life. So let this portion of Hebrews shake you out of your doldrums. Stop trying to behave your way into heaven. Rather, place the surety of your salvation on the back of Jesus, because it's by his stripes that you and I are healed. I'm Dwayne Matz, and that's today's Living Word.